So what you have now in your current reality is what you manifested through your intentional actions and thoughts and emotions from 1 to 2 years ago. And what you're gonna get in 1 to 2 years from now is what you are intentionally focusing on with your thoughts, with your actions, with your emotions. It's just like now it's like I just got this crazy realization that actually nothing that we manifest is worthless in itself, because even though a relationship can end, it means that it served you for a purpose of learning more about yourself and realizing what you had to realize to move forward in life and your personal growth as well. I just had this massive realization about my life that really connects everything that I've been feeling and all my evolution, I would say, in the last few years since I started working on manifestation, which I knew about it since I was 17, but I started actually applying it and getting much more into it during COVID, so in 2020. Just after COVID, after starting practicing breath work and lots of meditations and journaling for manifestation and lots of new practices, EFT, I started practicing it more intentionally. And that's when, towards the end of 2020, I met my first boyfriend. Just realized that at the time, even though now thinking back, I would probably never want to be with him, but at the time, that's what I wanted. So he ticked many of the boxes that I was looking for, and had some pre-existing conditions that it's always been like that. I feel like in my relationships there's always been some pre-existing conditions that I couldn't really control because they're already there and nothing could change, and I had to adapt to whatever their situation was. Obviously it goes back to childhood. I was recreating my situation from when I was a child with my parents, that I had to accept some circumstances that could not have been changed, but they were just practical situations that I had to accept. So I just realized that I manifested my first boyfriend because 2 years prior to me meeting him, I was intentionally working toward changing myself, like leveling up. I was calling it leveling up. In every way, I was changing myself to actually attract this type of person. And I attracted him, and I have great memories, and he treated me really well, and it went well for as long as it lasted. So it goes more back to what I wanted the relationship to be. That's what I wanted it to be, and that's what it was at the time. And then I realized that after I met my second boyfriend, my recent ex, I met him because after that first relationship ended, I became a new identity of myself that could manifest a different type of man, and he was definitely quite different from the first one. But again, and he made me super happy, and I didn't know I could find someone even better than the first guy, because I was a bit hopeless after the relationship ended, and I felt I could not attract anyone better. But the second guy was much better than the first one, and he covered a lot of other needs I had, and I was lucky enough to be able to explore a new relationship with someone I felt safe with. And that was the second one, right? And I realized that the person that I am now, after that second relationship ended, is a new person who has a new identity, who would also most likely not accept to be with the second person, because again there were like a few circumstances that were already there that I could not control. That didn't mean they didn't love me, but they're out of my control, and it was more practical reasons. I won't go into detail, but that's what I tended to recreate in my relationship. It was something that was already present in my early years, and it was a situation that it was installed in my nervous system, in my subconscious, and that's what I was attracted to somehow, and somehow I attracted it to in my life as well. And I manifested it, right? I just realized that everything with manifest actually is a consequence of the prior 1 to 2 years in which we intentionally work on ourselves to manifest a type of person, or maybe a type of job, a type of business. Wherever we focus on, we attract. So nothing is wasted, not even things that do not work. Everything is a lesson and can teach you something more about yourself and about the identity that is most aligned to you. So even if you manifest things that eventually do not last, it doesn't mean that you are bad at manifesting. It just means that you have manifested something that your version of yourself from 2 years ago really wanted to manifest in her life. As simple as that. I'm so happy that I'm sharing this with you, but I could not not share this, because it's such a massive realization. So even if you're feeling like you are behind in life, you're not behind, because you are learning the lessons that you're supposed to learn at this stage of your life to evolve into the next version of you that can hold space for more, and that can become an even better and more evolved version of yourself.